Bryan Wellbrock, and I retired as a lieutenant commander, LDO. We came into Philadelphia. We came in our home port, ended up going up to Philadelphia. Saratoga was also the first carrier that went through the Service Life Extension Program, the SLEP program. So I got to work with some Secret Service communications guys because the vice president rode up the river with us and stuff like that. So we had to set up all their stuff because they don't do anything in the blind, and learn some really cool things about what they do for a living. And then we started SLEP. There were no rule books, and there were no guides, and there were no plans other than the fact that we're going to extend the service life of the ship 20 years or so. And the goal was to build that plan day by day as we did it for the follow-on ships that were coming in. So every day was a lessons learned day. We had to sit down and do all these things and stuff. And our chief engineer, which is another guy that was a tremendous leader, was in charge, and with the captain. And we literally wrote the book for Service Life Extension Program for carriers and stuff with what we did. When the forestall came in behind them, we had volumes of things that we turned over to them and said, this is what we did. And this is our lessons learned, the good stuff and the bad stuff, the things to watch out for, the things to do. And so that, again, it's just another crazy opportunity, you know, that went along with an abnormal career. That's probably not the right term, but you know, it kind of worked out that way. But so I went from my rotation came up and stuff after that. We were just about finished with SLEP, and a new commo came in behind me and stuff, that because they were going to be starting getting out of there and everything. And I ended up getting orders to Corpus Christi, Texas, the Naval Air Station down there, which is a small comm center, and was the comm officer down there. It was really just a normal tour. The only thing that was really great is that my wife's parents only lived about 75 miles away, and the Navy keeps you in places where it's really hard to do that. And with the girls, the kids and stuff, that gave them a chance to have a lot of good quality 2 years with the kids and stuff like that. So it was a relaxing, more of a relaxing thing and stuff there. While I was in Corpus, because my detailer that sent me to the Saratoga made that phone call on Sunday morning, was also the detailer that sent me to Corpus. And there was a problem down there that he needed fixed, and I won't go into that, but it had the potential to become a big problem. And he said, I need you to go down and put this fire out. So I did, and when I'm leaving there, I'm calling him again. I still had the same detailer. He was getting close to his rotation date. And I said, I understand that the communications officer job on the Saratoga, on the New Jersey, is coming up. He said, yeah, it is. And I said, I want that job. He said, well, yeah, you and a whole bunch of other people. And I said, okay, let's talk about that for a minute. You remember when you sent me to Saratoga? And he said, yeah. I said, I could have said no, and you would have been in a big, big problem then. And everything. And then when I came off of that, and you called me and said you wanted me to go down to Corpus Christi and fix this problem for you down there. And he said, yeah, I remember that call too. And I said, okay, and this is my second sea tour. How many of these other guys are making their second sea tour? Well, none of them, you know, that wanted it. It would be their first sea tour. I said, they're going to have to wait in line as far as I'm concerned. So he called me back about 2 days later. He said, it's yours. He said, the job's yours.